Today we're taking a quick look at the VictOptics S4, a 24x zoom PCP rifle scope for around $100. Give me that intro. Welcome to Northern Ballistics Canada. I am your host Jason, and that's right, we're looking at this scope, an inexpensive option for PCP, CO2, or airsoft rifles. I'll explain why it's for those types of rifles in only a minute. VictOptics is a side brand of the more well-known overseas brand VictOptics, a medium-sized scope manufacturer out of Shanghai, China. They have a 5,000 square feet dust-free facility with an assembly line and distribution capabilities. I'm not exactly sure what other brands they manufacture, but they do offer OEM services, and I'm sure they're behind some of the North American brands we all know as well. I haven't done scope reviews up until now, mostly because I've been focusing more on the guns themselves. Personally, I own brands like Hawk, Element, Discovery, and more. So I have a range of quality levels that I've used on both my air guns and my firearms as well. I'm by no means an expert or even a scope-focused reviewer like Joey Ria over at Cyclops. However, having the experience I do have, I'd like to share my thoughts on this S4 scope from VictOptics. Because of the type of shooting I typically do, which is target shooting, I love higher zoom scopes. The 24x zoom allows me to get up right close and personal on the bullseye. One of the things that separate a high quality scope versus an inexpensive scope is the clarity at full zoom. Most scopes have a sweet spot where they produce the best quality image. As you can see here, the scope is zoomed in at full 24 times, and there's just a little bit of blurriness around the edges, but it's very minor and does not affect the sight picture overall. And most people wouldn't even notice or care, especially at this price point. Typically on inexpensive scopes, you tend to have quiet or mushy clicks on the turrets. The turrets on the S4 scope are loud, crisp, and what I would call a real positive click. Take a listen here as I turn the turrets. I've placed the microphone nice and close to give you a clear sound picture. Not only are the clicks positive, but it has a locking ability as well. You can lock in your elevation and windage. Not that the turrets would budge or move if they didn't lock, but that's how positive the clicks are. Again, I have to remind everyone at this point that this scope is only around $100. These types of features and quality are typically found on much more expensive options. Now let's talk about the reticle. It's an MDL reticle, which is a wire reticle. Wire reticles are more popular than you might think. It's not an etched glass reticle you might find on a more expensive scope. For that reason, the manufacturer recommends this scope be used on low recoil rifles. PCP, CO2, 22 long rifle, and absolutely 100% not to be used on any Springer or nitro piston air guns. They will destroy most scopes, let alone a wire reticle. So let's talk about the specs on this rifle scope. It's a 30mm tube, so make sure that your rings match the tube size when you're ordering. It has a 50mm objective bell to allow for a lot more light to enter the tube, giving you a nice bright picture. It features a side parallax adjustment, which has a minimum of about 20 yards on the 6x24 version and has locking turrets. Now, to be completely honest, I wasn't expecting much when I was told it was coming, and the quick research I did on the scope. I figured the price point was low and it was coming from overseas. I was expecting a low quality option for the money. I was pleasantly surprised, however, after using this thing for a while. All the features work as they should and produce good results. At this price point, it's absolutely my recommendation for an affordable option for air gunners. I'm really curious to see how much better their higher priced products are. They've got quite a lot of selection and lineup of options, so check out their website at VictOptics.com. So if you're in the market for an affordable scope with all the good features, this is a great option for you, and I wouldn't hesitate to make the recommendation. Check out their website at VictOptics.com and ask your local retail if they can bring these in for you. If not, you can also find these on AliExpress. Thanks for watching once again, and if you've enjoyed this video, at the bare minimum, give us a like. Or if you have questions, please put them in the comments below and I'll get back to you right away. Have yourself a great day.